You never watched it before?
No.
Oh my god, that's a good ass show.
Yeah, yo.
Just gory as fuck.
I got hooked because I've been sick. You know what I'm saying? So like I
can't even watch it before now.
Well, because I didn't like the.
We got canceled, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, but mainly because the guy that plays Shane, you know, The Walking Dead, I was just like, I just don't like his face. He's like, because he played Shane.
But don't you think he made a good Punisher?
Oh yeah, he did.
He fucking killed that role, yo.
You know who else has one of those faces I don't like? The guy from Westworld season 3, the one that was off Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I didn't watch Westworld season 3, but I know what you're talking about.
I completely did not enjoy it. Just because
the guy who finds out he's one of them too.
Yeah, I don't know if he's one of them, but
let me find out that later on he's like one of them, and
I can't remember the exact details. It was
spoiler or not, maybe
it wasn't that great of a season, but it was more like he had like, if I remember correctly, like bad, like he had
a Breaking Bad.
He had memories like they were like suppressed or some shit, and they had like, you know what I mean, he was trying to unlock them or something like that. But nah, man, the Punisher is fucking OD, yo. Like I got to the part where like I guess this takes place after the 2 Punisher movies. Mm-hmm. And, you know, everybody thought that he had died.
No. It's not after the Punisher movies. This is like a reboot. It
doesn't seem like it because from where it picks off in the beginning, like, it's almost like they all knew who he was. They were
I see what you're saying.
He was the Punisher, and then he went to like he died, and then everyone thought that the Punisher was dead.
Yeah, but they explained. I don't know if you maybe did you watch all of it?
No, like.
So I think, and I could be wrong because I haven't watched it in a while, but I think that what they're talking about is a specific event where in the show that they showed later on where he was the first time the Punisher and killed like I don't know how many gang members and went through trial and everything like that. But I don't think it's based off after the movies.
Well, that's
it could be.
Maybe not so much based after the movies, but it's almost like it doesn't.
It's not really his origin story. It's a kind of continuation of after.
Yeah, like you're not missing nothing if you didn't watch it. But at the same time, like it doesn't like like deny that those movies happened.
Yeah.
That you know what I mean? Like there was a Punisher. He went missing. Well, he died. And then now, like, the whole world thinks the Punisher's going. And then, like, now where I'm at now, I guess he just now resurfaced and everyone saw that it was him. And it's like, oh, the Punisher's back, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, damn. So that's why I'm like, I'm really hyped right now for it. But
You seen that scene in the bar, though, right?
which one?
Where he's, like, fucking this girl at the bar. Like, the bartender. And then some girl happens to walk in, and two people are looking for the girl, and then it's like a bathroom scene, fight scene.
No, that might be season 2. I don't know.
Is there season 2?
Yeah.
No, it's not season 2.
It's season 2.
But it's not on season 2, though.
Oh, I might have missed it. Because so far the whole season, he's been just moping about his wife. Like,
I gotta get watched then, because maybe it is season 2. Maybe it is.
Because he's had a couple girls pretty much thrown at him, and he ain't really made a move at all.
Oh, then scratch that. They probably is season 2. But yeah, there's a fight scene in there, bro. Like, this is the first episode. The fight scene.
Oh no, it's definitely gory. So like, I would definitely give it to Netflix for giving it 2 good seasons. I guess. I'm just mad that
Well, they didn't cancel it.
No, they didn't cancel it because Disney bought out the whole Marvel franchise. You know what I mean? Like, it put an end to that, and Disney's not gonna put out the Punisher. You know what I mean? It's like, you bitches.
They talked about it, but you would think it's gonna be PG-13. It's not no higher than that probably. So
I don't even think it's very PG. I'm just thinking about it, like he's gonna go around shooting people. Like, there's no way PG-13 that. Not like 1 or 2 people.
What? I mean, you never know because that was one of the more successful ones. I'll tell you, because if you, I don't, have you watched any of the other ones they have on Netflix? That had on Netflix, like Jessica Jones.
Nah, I refuse to.
Yeah, like there were some of them that were like. So Daredevil was a really good one too. That was like the Punisher, but not as gory. So that would be like, but it was really good, like storyline and everything. But then they had this Iron Fist one, bro. That shit was the cheesiest shit. I didn't even watch the first season. Like, I couldn't finish the first season. Jessica Jones was okay, but it got old because it was about a woman who was always drunk that just had the superpower that and then she was a private investigator, and it's the same shit over and over. So it got boring. And then what else? There was the Luke Cage, which was cheesy as fuck. It was almost like they were trying to make it too black. It was in Harlem, and every nigga in the cast was black, like that. Like apparently there was nobody.
Random rap music in different scenes.
Yeah, like
people still did smurf dance.
It's crazy. So, but that one was. I actually like Luke Cage though. I did like that one. It was a little too, but definitely the best one was The Punisher, yo. So if they don't,
well, I never even heard of Luke Cage honestly before Netflix. You know what I mean? Like, so I knew The Punisher. You know what I mean? I never heard of Jessica Jones.
Isn't Luke Cage still the guy off Mortal Kombat?
No, it's Johnny Cage.
Oh.
But
I never heard of him.
No, I never heard of him. You know what I mean? I never heard of Jessica Jones. I did.
Well, that's why we need Tony. That's why we need Tony to be here because that nigga's a Marvel whiz.
No, I know. He tell you about all the different Spider-Mans, like.
Oh yeah, that'd be Mac.
Galaxy X Spider-Man. You don't know about this nigga.
And that's the thing though. There's like mad different verses. Like, well, can't go through all that.
I seen people were like the Marvel heads were clowning the new kids because you know how the PS5 came out, so they came out with Spider-Man with Miles Morales, and all these kids are like, Miles Morales is the dopest Spider-Man, blah blah blah, and these Marvel heads are like, fam, you don't even know about this Cosmic X Spider-Man or this it's like, bro, just let him live, man. Like,
no, we don't know until there's another video game with those Spider-Mans. Nah, but I mean that is like, it is really cool though when you, not to be a nerd or anything like that, but it's really cool when you do go down there. It's just a rabbit hole. Yeah. Like you can get lost going into that shit.
Well, you know what? That's what I seen now. You know that the Kakashi ripoff from what is it? Jujutsu Kaisen or what the fuck it is?
OP as fuck though.
Have you
watched all episodes so far?
I might not seen the last. I know I seen.
You see him fight the lava guy?
Yeah, the void dimension, whatever the fuck that shit was.
That nigga even touch him.
Yeah, but once he did that, like immediately on TikTok, the whole like anime community just started like fawning over this dude, and the girls were like, "We want to fuck him," and fucking all the guys are like, "He could beat Goku any day of the week," and I'm just like, "Stop it, fam."
He is OP.
He's beast. He is OP.
No, but the thing is that you gotta watch like a YouTube video where they break down his powers. When they explain like the reason that the guy can't hit him is because he would never be able to hit him because there's an infinity amount of numbers in between the space between 0 and 1 or whatever, right? So it's like, yo, you can't beat that. Yeah. How you gonna beat that? Goku can't beat that. But he's dope as fuck though. He was OP. And then he had the blue eyes and shit.
But that's like it's like when people come up with, oh well, the Saitama versus Goku. Saitama wins. He's the One Punch Man. If he gets serious, he can just beat Goku in one punch. It's like, fam, maybe in his universe that's how shit works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like the whole series, it's he's just going around, people punch him in one punch and they die. So like, yeah, like of course he's a beast in that universe. But we're talking about Goku. This nigga that fought against Frieza, the Cells, the Majin Boos, the fucking the Beerus's, the Broly's, the Jiraiya's.
So you think Goku would beat him?
Fuck yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you just can't. You know what I mean? Like
maybe as the show goes on and they show more of his powers, maybe you'll be more impressed. But his powers are crazy. They're OP.
Well, I mean, like if you see where Dragon Ball's at now, Goku's pretty OP. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like
he's not untouchable.
He's not untouchable. He's not untouchable because he's stupid, and that's the one thing that is the most annoying thing about Goku's character. Like Goku is like the most overpowered fucking superhero ever, but he's like the most stupidest motherfucker alive. Like he's just like they were like, yo, you could have the greatest fight of your life, but it's gonna be at the cost of maybe your universe blowing up. Fuck it, I'll risk them kids. Let's go. Like, I'm ready for the fight. It's like, yo, fam, your priorities. Like,
nah, but but I think that DBZ fans though be giving Goku almost a lot of credit because don't forget that Goku did die twice, I believe, at least twice. That I can remember.
The first time before he went Super Saiyan, and the second time was.
It don't matter, but it's not. Goku's not untouchable.
He's not untouchable.
He has a limit.
He does have limits.
And that's what I'm saying. With this guy, he has an infinity number limit. So like he's limitless essentially.
Listen, I mean, that's how they might have wrote him in that universe. But I mean, can he move at ultra instinct speeds? Really? No.
There's an ultra amount of fucking numbers between 0 and 1.
It don't matter where you can just move your hand and fucking motherfuckers blow apart. You know what I mean? Like
the thing is,
but.
And I'm sorry, you really gotta watch that video because that nigga's OP. I'm not. I love Goku, but that nigga Goku wouldn't beat him.
Nah, Goku would beat him. Man. I'm sorry, but y'all just not gonna just introduce these new niggas.
But listen,
be like, oh no,
but you gotta watch.
You be mad as shit if they be like, yo, I still would beat Luffy. You be like, man, shut the fuck up. Like, ain't no way this. Nah, because if I still go in fucking demon form and fucking. This and that, you know what I mean? Like, fourth gear wouldn't matter. Yeah. You be like, man, shut the fuck up. You ain't seen One Piece. Like, you don't. Like,
no, but this is different.
Like, it's not.
It really is.
It's just them introducing some new
those are hype powers and everything. But this guy has. He's a prodigy because he has the ability. There's an infinite amount of numbers in between 0. Like, it's crazy. When you watch the video with the breakdown, then you'll be like, oh, okay. And then Goku's a beast, but it's just you can't beat that.
Listen, that's all good, but does it make for a good story? You know what I'm saying? Like for example, whose story do you think is more interesting? Fucking Shira from Fire Force, or fucking Benny Morrow?
So no.
Exactly. You know why? Because he got friends. He got bitches. Like, no matter he's not the strongest. No, man. Benny Morrow is alone as hell. Like,
no, I'm talking about Gashi.
No, he don't like he got bitches. It look like that dude looks like he probably just been a prodigy because he trained all his life and just didn't do nothing but train. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how. But I mean, I'm not gonna hate on the dude any more than I have to. I'm just saying, like he cool powers, bro. But like, you ain't no Goku. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you're the side character. And fucking Sukuna is the main one. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not your story, bro.
No, but he's gonna still be. I mean, I'll change his power levels. So,
we didn't even start the fucking
highly offensive. Yeah. 77.
7. Oh, I like that number. That's a nice, perfect. Yeah, I mean 7 sevens. Yeah, I mean lucky.
But it's not 7 sevens. 77.
But like 7 is a perfect number. You know what I mean? So like 7 and 7, like
double perfect.
Yeah, double perfect. You know what I mean? Like, well, yo, how was y'all week? Hope y'all doing good. Hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. Fucking, it's been a crazy week over here. Not anyone's fault in particular. Mostly mine. I lost my girl's car keys. You know what I mean? That was
How'd you lose that?
Honestly, I have no fucking clue. My only guess is that because I had it in my jacket pocket, I found that there was a hole in it later. But it didn't look like it was a big enough hole, but that's all I can think about it.
That's crazy. I mean, that's right. Everybody's saying that.
Yeah, I mean, $250 to get that fucking push start key. 5 bullshit. You know,
dang, it's brand new though. Nice.
But then it was like right after it was like we had to fix brakes. And fucking,
did you fix brakes?
The front was, but the back ones they still set. Like we thought that the front ones were bad, but I guess it was both of them, front and back. So we gotta do the back ones. I gotta worry about rent next week. Things that we don't need to be talked about in the podcast because they're not uplifting. We're not here to, make y'all down.
Speaking of down news, Netflix will be removing the Chappelle Show. Did you watch it on there? I've been watching it, huh?
Nah.
Yeah, it's been on Netflix for a minute.
Yeah, but why is it down news?
That they're removing the Chappelle Show? I kind of liked it.
But Dave Chappelle doesn't want it on there.
Okay, but if I want to watch it, it's still down to me.
But so you're okay with the situation that Dave Chappelle is going through, where he's not getting paid for that, for his work and his legacy to get streamed on HBO Max and Netflix, which not now Netflix, but you know what I'm saying, for people to pimp his artwork out and him not to get paid for it.
And not that I do or don't support it, but if you signed a contract where you're giving up your rights to it, then that's on you. I mean, yeah, I would like for him to get paid for it, but what you want me to do? You signed a bad contract. You just told me how we all make decisions. We gotta take responsibility for it, right? You can't. And that's what, and I think that's where Joby, and I haven't watched the Joe Budden podcast in so long, but I remember like they always made points about certain things. Like the one guy that was coming at, I think it was P Diddy. I forget who it was, because he wouldn't give him his
base.
Yeah, because he wouldn't give him his things. But it's like, that's the contract that you signed. Well, why would I just give you what I paid you for, which you thought was the value of the time because you agreed to it? It's not like I forced you to sign anything. So it's like, I get it.
Huh? Well, if you watch Dave Chappelle and how he explains it, did you watch his IG post where he pretty much explains the whole situation?
No.
Beautiful, fucking articulate. I mean, Dave Chappelle at his finest. It was kind of like that George Floyd dissection that he did, where it wasn't really a stand-up, but it was like almost like he was doing a stand-up because it was just bits that were just compiled, and it just like how he brilliantly puts things together. So he articulated, this crazy story about his, his life through stand-up, and how he went in at 14. When he was 14, there was he had this really good age joke. Some older comedian asked him if he could use that joke. He's like, sure, go ahead, whatever. Dude started using his joke, blah, 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 started getting some laughs, but then he did him dirty. He did the joke when he was performing before Dave Chappelle. So he couldn't do that joke. And he like, hey, bro, nah, I need my joke back. And dude was like, nah, you already let me use it, blah, blah, blah. I paid $50 for it. And he was like, nah, I need that because I'm trying to compile enough material where eventually I can start selling these jokes off like that. And the dude pretty much was like, nah, to take it. And then, took his shit. And he's like, never forgot about that. He explains his Comedy Central journey where, he was, how he feels like he was, taken advantage of because he says like, they tell you that we're going to use your likeness and your whatever and your licensing for it's like in perpetuity of the universe or some bullshit like that. Like that's what he says in the contract. He's like, but don't nobody know what the fuck that shit means. Like, so he's like, it's just like bullshit that like, they can continue to repackage his shit and not pay him at all. For something that, he built, like in that, like for example, like HBO, he tried to pitch the Chappelle Show to HBO. HBO told him, what do you need me for? What do we need you for? Like, we don't need you. Like, and he's like, but now y'all want to stream my shit. What did y'all need me for now? Like, what y'all liking the content? Like, now y'all feel like, y'all could just pit my shit around? Like, but y'all wasn't even trying. Yeah, we listened to me, Comedy Central.
Who was Comedy Central?
Probably Viacom and fucking those rich Jewish guys that secretly run the world. You know what I mean? But when he gets into like that shit, he's like, yeah, I understand. I signed a shitty contract, but he's like, I understand that like there's some. He's like he was telling his fans like, don't stream. He's like, don't support it, boycott it. He's like, don't. I'm not gonna tell you to boycott the networks. Just boycott me. You know what I mean? Like, because it's fucked up. It's like, if you think it's fucked up too, if you agree that it's fucked up, then you know what I mean. You don't think it's fucked up, so you keep streaming the Chappelle Show. But you know what I mean? Like when he explains, like, and then you know what I mean? Like, for example, like how he ends it, it's like, if you think that y'all do me dirty, look at the budgets. And then go back and take account. Look how much y'all made off of this, and look how much y'all paid me, because he never got paid really much of shit for it. And the big contract was the $50 million that he turned down, so he never really got real money off of that shit. Whereas they blew that shit up, got paid millions upon that shit already before it went to Netflix and it went to HBO Max. So it's like, yo, for y'all to still be trying to pimp my shit out, like after how y'all did me, like.
But I understand, and I agree that's a fucked up situation. But even though he doesn't know, at that time, the best thing he could have done was brought a lawyer. He didn't need an expensive lawyer, but a lawyer, right? If you pitch a show to, say, to Comedy Central, and they're like, okay, we'll do the show, and you're gonna get paid this much, and you saw, because I mean, it's your fault if you don't see the numbers. So if you're saying that he didn't see the numbers and he didn't agree to the amount that he got at the time,
it's not that he
and
didn't.
and in the contract, it gave them ownership of his content, and he knew at the time, it's not their fault, because they can have something like it's almost like faulting them for trying to squeeze the juice out the lemon. Like if he knew, and at the moment when he signed, it was their content, and he's mad that he's not getting paid now because they're repackaging and this and that and doing it this way and that way. So what? Because if he knew, and clearly I'm saying if he knew that they were gonna have ownership of it.
Well, I mean, like, he probably knew to some degree, but the thing is, right, like,
there's some artists that don't give that away.
It's just about whether it's right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's not right. But it's
business,
business,
and that's what. No, I know. Business is business, and it's business as usual, especially in a capitalistic America.
Well, how do you feel about the whole P. Diddy and Mace thing?
Honestly, I mean, it's complicated because you know what I mean. Like, I don't like rich white / like Jewish people taking advantage of black culture and just like being the heads of these labels and giving them these shitty contracts and blah 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 to pimp them out. I don't like what black people do either. You know what I mean? So it's just like, but at the time, you know what I'm saying, like, having P Diddy, like on your shit was, or like even having business with him put you and elevated you at a certain level. So like, would Mace even be as big as he was if it wasn't for P Diddy in some degree? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
But I look at it and I think people don't look at it, and that's a good point though too. But I don't think people look at it in the business perspective too. Mm-hmm. To go with what you're saying, like remember that one time where you sold Willie the Acura for like $300, like it was like $300, something like that.
Yeah.
Then they got that spray to clean the sensor. Boom, start no problems. So it's like you getting mad at him for you selling the car to him checking it out, seeing what it was.
I wasn't mad.
No, I'm not saying you were. I'm saying it wouldn't make sense for you to get mad at him because you sold him the car. That's a chance that you were taking. So like, if in that situation, if Mace gets paid $20,000 for that mixtape or that album or whatever, and sees that, oh damn, that shit's made $1 million and I'm not getting a cut of that, that's the gamble that you took.
True, but that was also pre-streams, pre-downloads, you know what I'm saying? So it was a whole different...
You can't get mad at that, though, is what I'm saying. You can't get mad at that. Then Willie paints that car, puts new rims, new tires, and so that's just for $3,000, and you're like, yo, I sold to you for $300, you gonna sell for $3,000, you're not gonna give me a cut? No, nigga, because you sold it. You already got what you got. You know what I'm saying? You could have done the work. So, like, just Mace could have held on that. There's artists, and you're more likely with help to blow up, but there's some artists that do it without doing it, and they hold on to this shit, and then they get rewarded at the end.
But, it comes back to that principle of, the lack of wealth and the wealth being generated in certain people and not in others. You know what I'm saying? You have these people, like these execs, that inherit, like this essential, like, money, like the Donald Trumps of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got their dad to give them $1 million loan, you know what I'm saying, to kickstart their fucking lives and shit. Mm. Not everyone, none of us reported to that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when we get into positions where we can make life-altering decisions, and, like, when I talked about a couple episodes ago, when I said I would take that Spotify deal, even though, Joe Budden got fucked up, like, shit, but it would get me out the situation I'm in now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's short-sighted thinking, but at the time though, like to somebody like me, it's still a life-altering move. You know what I mean? So like for him at the time, you know what I mean? Like that deal was probably huge. He, like I said, he was 28. He had kids. His wife was pregnant. Another one away. He was like, shit, I'm about to get my own show. You know what I'm saying? It's probably gonna work out in my favor. Like, but then when things turned out the way that it did, and you know what I mean? Like, and how dirty they did him, and then for them to still, you know, be profiting off of him. You know what I mean? Like, when he didn't really make that much off of it, and you know, they try to tarnish his character. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about how powerful Dave Chappelle is, where he tells Netflix, yo, this makes you feel bad, and they drop it. That's it. Niggas have been asking Netflix to drop Cuties because it's a pedophile shit. They were like, yo, it's a pedophile shit. Netflix was like, yo, we don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. They keep defending it like, we don't give a fuck. We keeping this. We keeping this. So, like, even though people did petitions and all that shit, Dave Chappelle just said, yo, this makes me feel bad. They was like, yo, we got you. It just tells you the power that he got. You know what I'm saying? That's why they paid him $20 million to do his stand-ups, 3 stand-ups. That's $60 million fucking dollars. You know what I'm saying? They know that he's gonna do another stand-up. Guess who's probably gonna own the rights to that shit? Netflix. Not Comedy Central, not HBO Max. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, HBO can continue, you know, trying to get a little bit of money off for the Chappelle Show and Sony Comedy Central. You know what I mean? Like, but at the end of this, it's 2020. It's not like it's gonna be, you know, not much money being generated off of it. What's gonna really pop off is Dave Chappelle at what he's doing right now.
Yo, but speaking of comedians though, Kevin Hart, you watch new stand up? I thought he was trying to go a new way with it, like with the whole zero fucks given, because he's been so PG. But I feel like he still did it in a PG way. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it was just too overly budgeted, maybe almost. You know, he always has like a movie before or a little skit, whatever. And it was good though. Don't get me wrong, I liked it, but no, his first 2 big stand-ups that I remember, what was the first one?
Laughing My Pain.
Laughing My Pain, and I'm a little grown man, I think it's called, or something like that. This is like the first 3, I would say, because there's another one that he did.
It was like Seriously Funny or something.
Seriously Funny?
Yeah.
Them shits made me laugh, bro.
Yeah. No,
like, that them shits, like, I would die on it, but I didn't get that from this one.
Well, I thought it was funny and brilliant at certain points. I thought it was risky at certain moments.
Yeah, he gets bugged at some points, but
yeah,
like, it's well put together though.
But it's just like it. If anything, it was more confrontational, so maybe it didn't ease in as much of the laughter, because it seemed like he was directly attacking the cancel culture, and he was like, "Oh, y'all been coming at me. Okay, well now I don't give a fuck, and now I'm gonna say how I feel and what's on my mind, and like, and what place he was at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
he wasn't focused so much on just making it funny type thing.
Right. And you know, he said it took 3 months to put that together, blah blah blah. And I mean, to me, I thought it was definitely funny, and like, and you get to see like Kevin grow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I think that what made me laugh at the other ones is just that I feel like he enjoyed those, whereas this, I feel like he's always under so much fucking scrutiny that, like, even though it was, to me, it was funny. Don't get me, I was laughing, but I didn't feel like, even though he was laughing and smiling, whatever, I don't feel like he enjoyed it in a sense. Like, he was always thinking about the cancel culture, you know what I mean?
You know, definitely. And I mean, like, you know, the cancel culture sucks the fucking life out of the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially for stand-up comedians where, you know, you have to go up in front of people that you don't know, and you have to tell jokes that may not necessarily resonate all the same with each person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like when he said, did he say one about like women or something like that? They got mad quiet.
Yeah, like when he was like, women got a problem. He's like, they need to just sit the fuck down. They just can't. He's like, women just refuse to sit the fuck down. And I was just like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like, but You know what I mean? Like he was some real shit though. You know what I'm saying? That he was saying like, and it's like women do have problems sometimes. Just like when he was saying like about women saying like, I don't know, can we just do something? Like you know how many times I've heard that from my girl? I can't tell you. Yeah, like let's just go do something. Like what? I don't know, something. Let's just go do something. I'm tired. I'm gonna be home. Let's just go do something. What? I don't know. But let's just go out. You know what I mean? Like, so like, I feel his pain. You know what I'm saying? So when he's saying that, like, yeah, it was how he delivered it was wild. But like, that was some real shit. Like, I felt that shit. So it was like, there was a lot of that where it was like, his delivery, his tone, it seemed jaded. You know what I'm saying? And so when you're working with an audience, you know what I'm saying, like, and you have this kind of combative, you know, approach, it's not good. You know what I mean? Like,
translate well.
It's
always to everyone.
Right, and it's not gonna be like that ha ha ha. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna have those people in the crowd that are like, am I supposed to laugh at this? Like,
I was at home when I felt like that. Oh shit.
You know what I mean? So, and then on top of that, with it being COVID restrictions, you have, you know, smaller audience. You know what I mean? Like, if that camera was panned in on somebody, like, if I was in that room, I would be like,
I'm gonna treat this like I guess an album. Like, this wasn't like that kind of funny, that thing, whatever. But it was funny. But it has me looking forward to his next project. You know what I mean? Like his next stand up, because I want to see if it's gonna be
more of the same or
more back to where he started from. Yeah, because then he went more PG, which is fine. I mean, but it's just that, like, what his real shit was the funniest shit. Like when he was talking about real shit.
Well, I think, I didn't hear the term until today, but I saw it on TikTok, and I think it's definitely applies to Kevin Hart. I think he got pigeonholed, right? Like, you know, he was this really funny guy, and he was almost like a character upon himself because he was this really short guy, was really animated, making you laugh, and little, just fucking, like, just, I don't know how to put it, like, you know, but like he was real, like, you know, engaging it, and he knew, like, he was like the class clown, like he knew how to just like work a room type, right? And he hit something that's, you know, like the movies Hollywood, and once you do, now you're in a whole different world. Now you're dealing with all these people like the far left liberals, the fucking, you know what I mean, that are gonna be on Twitter fucking tweeting and shit, and like, maybe he just got put into this, maybe he kept himself, or maybe they put him in that box. Like, you can only be this. You know, this short, funny guy who tells these kind of jokes, and then when he kind of branches out from that, they're just trying to be like, hey, bro, get back in. Like, and he's like, nah, fam. Like, you know what I mean? And it's the constant power struggle of him trying to, you know, get out of, like, to be himself, really. To be like, no, like, I'm tired of being who you want me to be, and this is who I really am. And either you can accept me as I am, or we're just going to constantly be at odds. You know what I mean? And
it's almost like no, I don't want to say that, but I mean, I look forward to the new project, because I really do hope that it's like a trend for him, or it's going to change or something like that, because.
Well, I mean, like, I liked it. Like,
I liked it. It was well put together, but
like I said, he definitely put some jokes in that was risky.
I just felt like he was not upset, but like he didn't enjoy because there was like his first ones he was say real shit, but he was laughing at it. But I felt like he wasn't laughing. It was like more like crying to get it off my chest type thing. You know what I'm saying?
No, you know, I was just about to say, like, the part where he was talking about his ex-wife. Where he was like, that whole bit, he's leading into talking like, yeah, my kids, you know, we born from circumstance, they've been spoiled all their life, you know what I'm saying? We've always been flying private, this and that. Like, so I was talking about, like, I live with their moms and downgrade. Like, oh yeah, like, you go back to the slums, or you want to go visit, but alright, go back to them. You know what I mean? Like,
check me, bitch.
Yeah, like,
that's funny.
Because, you know, he got to become somebody, and to come from like that world from Philly, you know what I mean, and then to be larger than life, then his kids to be born into that, and then all of a sudden to see, like, yo, this is where I'm really from. Like, and his kids are freaking out at the airport, like, he's just roasting them, like, It's like, yeah, that's some wild shit. You know what I mean? Like
And it's cool. Like he mentioned too, like you get to see from his earlier stamps, like he always touched by his kids, so you see him like almost as in these stages. Like his son was always bobbly head and shit.
When he talked about his daughter being a hoe, you know, I was dying, bro. Cause I was like, yo, nah, that's some real shit though. Like, there's bad girls out there that like, you know, I was like in high school, like where you know what I mean, like it's just 1 week they're the one guy, the next week there's another, the next week's another. There's different types, and you be like, yo, like, what do you like?
Yeah, it's not even the same type.
Yeah, like yeah. We're gonna get to our own personal shit.
But speaking of critics, people are criticizing LeBron James for being a bad tipper. So they put him on blast for being a bad tipper. And I didn't see what he tipped though. And probably this link isn't working for me right now. So it's definitely.
If I'm ever mistaken, it was like some.
Yo, why can I open this?
Huh? It was like, I don't know if it was like 0%, but it was something stupid.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was something because like the girl made LeBron. I'd say an asshole. My thing is like, damn bitch, you gonna try Me Too LeBron over like a bad tip like years later? Like,
it was the years before.
Yeah, it's not like some current shit. Like it was like, I think from like 2014 or something that this chick was complaining about. Like,
oh, but that was 6 years ago. So that's recent enough. Like, come on. He was making money then. So
no, he was making money then, but like, it shouldn't be expected that these.
Adding onto LeBron James tipping, I've also served him in Toronto, and he is brutal. In 2014, he was paid 60K to make an appearance at a club in Toronto, and had a huge rider and refused to take off his hood and show his face to all his fans who paid thousands to party in the same room as him. He wouldn't take any photos or leave his roped off table all night. He was given over 10K in free booze and tipped 0. Not to mention his security are assholes. Yelled at all the bottle service girls to stop lingering when we were just opening bottles and pouring drinks, and didn't want any sparklers brought to the table. He may be a very charitable man, which I totally respect, but he is a server's nightmare. Damn.
I mean, is there any proof? You know what I mean? Like, that's what first off, like, you got receipts? You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
a $10 tip on an $800 bill. According to
like,
somebody.
All I heard was her saying that this nigga didn't tip her for free bottles. Like, they free bottles. Like, if you gave me some free bottles, I'm supposed to tip on the free bottles?
I mean, for them serving it to you and stuff like that, you're tipping the waitress.
I'm tipping you with my presence. I'm LeBron James.
That's not how that works, but they're not gonna pay rent with your presence. Like, it's great to meet you. What the fuck is my tip?
Nah, man. Like, nah, I'm just saying. Like, if LeBron was ordering some shit, yeah, like you said, $800 worth of shit.
But you're thinking about it as a man, right? That loves sports. Who says that this is a woman who doesn't like sports? I mean, there's women that love sports. But it's women who give a fuck less with LeBron James. I want my fucking tip. I gotta pay rent. As you nigga, you make millions. You can't. Damn, bro.
But again, where is the proof? We just have what.
Well, I'm saying, no, that I agree
this is
with.
LeBron James. If LeBron James is a bad tipper, you'd think somebody would have been exposed this motherfucker over the 17, 18 years that he's been in the NBA by now. I never really heard that about LeBron James. We just got one chick that's saying, like...
a couple times. He got accused of leaving a $10 tip for an $800 bill.
She said that, though, right?
No, it's another person.
But...
And there was, in 2008, the then Cleveland Cavaliers star was accused of leaving a $10 tip for an $800 bill. For reference, a standard 50% tip would have resulted in a $120 tip. Another server alleged that in order to avoid any potential issues with James tipping, they preemptively added gratuity to his bills.
Well,
that's what you gotta start doing. That's the LeBron rule. You have the Mike rule, the Jordan rule. That's the James rule. They got gratuity. Gratuity's already on the bill. Don't worry about it. No, pick up your 10, bro. Pick up your 10. No need.
We get
fuck out of here, cheapskate. If it's true.
I just don't see LeBron being that much of a cheapskate. This is the same dude that's like putting kids through college, like through high school, giving them homes and shit. Like,
but
this guy,
it don't mean that he looks at every aspect of his life where he has to be charitable. Like,
no, I'm just saying.
Jerry Seinfeld. People love Jerry Seinfeld. Who was it? Yeah, Kevin Hart mentioned that he went to the stand up, right? That nigga was notorious for being a cheapskate. You know what I mean? Like, and a Jew. He's a Jew. You know what I mean? In all senses of the world.
We're not, but we're sure.
Not scared.
Not too late.
But what I mean by that is that he is a Jewish man. But
who plays into the stereotype of Jewish people?
Just like they call me Rican, but because I'm Puerto Rican. I'm not calling you because he's cheap, but it happens to be that he's cheap. But anyways, I mean, again, there's no proof, like you said.
Came from
cheapskate.
Like, was there like a Jewish dude skating that was like, "Are you fucking cheapskate?" Like, he was just on board, just like. I'm not paying.
Some Jewish guy bought like some man another pair of cheap ice skates. Little cheapskates. You fucking cheapskate. Nah, but yeah, LeBron, stop being a cheapskate, bro. You get paid way too much, bro. You better start tipping handsomely and then posting on Instagram and sharing Twitter. But
like the reverse of dudes that we feed them those people. Like, nah, man. You see that in tip.
Ricky Schroeder called cops over online attacks after helping Kyle Rittenhouse make bail.
Yeah. So you hear about that dude posted bail?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, $2 million bail.
He paid for it?
Hell no, he didn't pay for it.
Oh, the guy did?
The guy he helped contribute to it. I think like he contributed like $150,000 or something. Like that. But yeah, people found out that he contributed to the dude's bail, and they're pretty upset with him because then by him bailing him out, saying that he condones and agrees with what he did. You know what I mean? So people, of course, took offense to that and started giving him death threats and blah blah blah. Dude calls the cops. Cops is like, I mean, can't really do shit until we get like a substantial, you know what I mean, like threat, and then we'll act on it. So he's in fear of his life right now. Yeah, rightfully so, because I'm sure the people that got shot by Kyle Rittenhouse were in fear of their life too. You know what I'm saying? When he was walking around with the fucking AR-15 just shooting fucking Black Lives Matter protesters. So I have no sympathy whatsoever for this guy. You know what I mean? But not that I hope that something happens to him, but you know what I mean? Like if something does, hey, tough shit, bro.
Action, the consequences.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like fucking survival of the fittest. Fucking. But you know what I mean, like yeah, we'll see what happens in this case. I mean, it's America. I'm not expecting. I'm not expecting much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really expect this kid to really do any time for this or really get in any trouble.
But they don't put him like on house arrest until like the court. He's just on bail like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some restrictions. I mean, that they probably
because that's crazy. Like.
They have to $2 million bail. I mean, you'd be a flight risk. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like you might have some like you call those house arrest shits. But you can find to his house.
Yeah, definitely. Because shit, his ass need to not be anywhere near another protest. Like, imagine if he got bailed out, grabbed another gun, and just went and shot some other motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the crazy part is like, I mean, he shouldn't have had any bail like that could have been posted. I don't understand. But speaking of people who are being charged, a high school teacher with an interest in cannibalism has been charged with murder after the discovery of bones with bite marks. So did they say who they think it is yet? Or?
You know, it's some teacher in Germany.
No. I'm saying like the bones.
Oh, I'm not sure. It's
I don't think I've seen it.
I'm pretty sure they identified the body.
Did they?
Yeah, but it's just crazy that like you almost kind of like for example, right? You know how Facebook and the NSA pretty much like spy on us like 24/7 nonstop.
Hmm?
You know how like the FBI, the NSA, fucking Facebook, all those motherfuckers pretty much spy on us through our phones like nonstop. That's why or even through TVs or anything that they can put a fucking camera in, they shit they would be trying to, or Alexa, all that shit that be just stitching on us all day.
Yeah.
You almost kind of wonder like why guys like them don't get caught up in that system. You know what I'm saying? Where like there's some dude like on Google like I'm interested in cannibalism, and it's just like, you know what I mean, like has a plethora of red flags, where or at least online anyways, where they'd be like, somebody should watch this dude. Like put him on like one of them like little alert lists and shit, like flag him down, like hey, he might eat somebody. You know what I mean? Like they did, and then now they found a body with some bite marks, and yeah, I think he confessed to doing it. So,
Bro, I gotta head out. My bad.
You good, man? Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.